Energy is the very lifeblood of any nation, and electrical energy is the most efficient, convenient, and versatile form of power for domestic and industrial requirements. With the official opening of ZESA Hwange Power Station by the Prime Minister, Comrade Robert Gabriel Mugabe, on the 12th of June 1987, Zimbabwe is now approaching self-sufficiency in electrical power. Prior to this, millions of dollars were spent annually on importing power from Zambia needed to supplement the electricity generated by the hydroelectric plant at Kariba South Bank and 3 small coal-fired units at Harare, Munyati and Bulawayo. Built at a cost of approximately $850 million, the Hwange Power Station represents the largest capital investment project embarked upon by government since independence in 1980. With a total of 6 turbo generator units, 4 of 120 megawatts each and 2 of 220 megawatts each, Hwange is capable of supplying most of Zimbabwe's power requirements and, with interconnections with our neighbors, the capability of exporting electricity to other SADC states exists. Hwange, being a thermal power station, is not vulnerable to the vagaries of weather and the ever-present threat of drought, as is Kariba. The presence of the vast coal fields at Hwange and close proximity of the Zambezi River provides an ideal natural site for a thermal power station. It is far more economical to produce electricity where coal is mined and introduce it into the national grid through a power line than to transport coal overland to a power station located near industrial and urban centers. How does a thermal power station work? Coal is first fed into pulverizing mills where it is ground into a fine powder. This pulverized coal is then carried by hot air to the boiler combustion chamber where it ignites and burns like a gas. This in turn heats water which is carried in the walls of the combustion chamber. This produces steam which is separated from water and superheated before being fed into a turbine. The energy in the steam passing through the blades of the turbine causes the turbine to rotate. The rotating turbine drives an attached generator which produces the electric current. This current is then fed into a transformer which increases its voltage, and from there through power lines into the national power grid for transmission and is ultimately reduced for distribution. Coal is supplied to the power station directly from the Hwange Colliery Company's open cast mine over a 3.5-kilometer long conveyor belt system. Almost 10,000 tons of coal will be consumed per day for full capacity of generation, and up to 450,000 tons can be stockpiled on site, sufficient for 45 days of continuous operation at full load. The coal utilized by Hwange is a very low grade, with an ash content as high as 25%, and prior to construction of the power station, this was being discarded as waste. The plant's water requirement is pumped along a 43-kilometer long pipeline from the Zambezi River at a point near the Deka fishing community. Both high and low lift pumps are utilized, and these can be remotely operated from the power station. 77,280 cubic meters of raw water per day is needed by the power station when running at full capacity, and in addition to meeting this requirement, Hwange's filtration systems can produce up to 40 cubic meters of clean drinking water per hour for the residential estates and domestic supply of the power station. The two giant cooling towers are utilized to transfer heat from the water used in the plant's production cycle into the atmosphere. The water is sprayed into the lower levels of the towers, where a natural upward draft of air evaporates a small portion of the water, thereby removing heat. The cooled water falls into a pool at the bottom of the tower, from where it is recycled. Flue gas is drawn from the combustion chambers, cooled, and as dust particles removed before entering induced draft fans and being discharged into the 150-meter tall chimneys. The flexible overall design of the Hwange Power Station allows for the eventual doubling of the present generating capability of 920 megawatts to some 1,360 megawatts, sufficient to meet Zimbabwe's power needs for the foreseeable future. The power station has created significant employment opportunities in the Hwange area through the staffing of the plant itself and also associated developments such as the substantial labor force required by Hwange Colliery, thanks to the plant's continuous demand for low-grade coal. Well over 900 staff are currently employed, and in accordance with ZESA's policy of providing first-class amenities for its employees, 3 key areas of human support have been designed into the facility from the outset: housing, health and education, and mobility and leisure. The largest investment in terms of both finance and effort has been spent on providing quality homes for staff and their dependents. 4 housing estates have been developed. Baobab Hill, Chibondo and South Cliff are situated in the nearby hills, whilst Ingagula is adjacent to the power station. All these homes are serviced by good roads and are connected to mains water and electricity. In addition, many have air conditioning and telephones. ZESA operates a total of 3 clinics at Hwange Power Station, 1 at the plant itself, 1 at Ingagula, and the 3rd catering for Baobab Hill, Chibondo and South Cliff. The on-site clinic is primarily for dealing with industrial injuries, whilst the other 2 are equipped to deal with everyday complaints and conditions. The provision of a full educational program has also been catered for by ZESA. The Ingagula Primary School opened in 1984, and the secondary school is scheduled for opening in 1988. A nursery school is operated by the Ingagula PTA, and ZESA dependents also have access to the Hwange Colliery primary and secondary schools. Transport is provided for staff going to and from work and is also available to employees and their families for social events. Hwange Town provides a wide range of shopping and banking amenities, and ZESA have supplemented this by building an integrated shopping complex at Ingagula for the entire community. Other facilities include a community hall, women's club, beer hall and cocktail lounge, and a sports stadium, home of the newly formed ZESA Football Club. A wide range of other sporting and leisure facilities are available to ZESA employees and their dependents through the courtesy of Hwange Colliery, and they include golf on a scenic 18-hole course, horse riding, bowls, swimming and tennis. By providing these basic elements of human enjoyment and progress, ZESA has succeeded in creating a harmonious, self-contained society at Hwange. The commissioning of the Hwange Power Station represents a milestone in the long-term development of Zimbabwe and the SADC region as a whole. The 330 kilovolt power grid is now more evenly balanced with the efficient mix of Kariba's hydropower and Hwange's thermal power. The government of Zimbabwe will be able to extend the national grid to more rural areas and growth points and continue the electrification of the railways, confident that adequate power will be available to meet these demands.